This topic, um, this topic was requested by one of my viewers, our subscribers, and it's kind of interesting because it tends to happen, or I hear about it often, and trying to understand why is it that studs do beat on their girlfriends, and or femmes that feel it may be okay to let that happen. Um, I never condone any violence besides football, since football is not violent, but it is pretty brutal. But for anyone to hit their mate eh, at all, unless it's in a sexual manner, and of course that's their own fetish or whatever. But I don't feel it's okay for that to even happen. Male or female, 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 male, male. It doesn't matter. If it comes to that point, you guys need to go to separate ends of the ring and go elsewhere until someone calms down, because it doesn't end up good in the long run. Someone ends up physically and or emotionally scarred by the situation. It's just not good for the person who's doing it and the person who's receiving the hit. As a female who sits there, well, not sits there, excuse me, that encounters that type of abuse, I can understand some of the dynamics on how the thought process works. I love the person that much that through this, I will stay with them, um, and pretty much allow this to happen. Or I really don't have a support system to where if I really was to, lash out and cry for help, there is no one there to hear me. So why even say anything? I can understand that you feel that if you even open up your mouth and say anything, it's going to make the situation worse for you because of how violent that person is. Either way, there has to be a break. And when that happens, someone has to be the stronger person and not the person who's giving the lashing. The person that is receiving them has to have a stronger voice for themselves. And no one else is going to be able to give that to them. But they also need a support system and someone trustworthy in their corner that can help them pull away and see that it's unhealthy if they're unable to figure that out on their own. It just sucks that within this community, certain studs have took on that role of the man so tough that they just physically lash out on their, on their mates, their girlfriends, their wives, whatever the title you may want to give them. And there's nothing right in that situation. And then we are left with scarred individuals to have to either mend or go through relationship issues because of what the person did prior to that relationship. And that's not fair to the person that you're just now becoming involved with or anything like that. I just don't feel that's right. Some of y'all I've heard, in past conversations when I've talked about this, it's well, you know what? I gotta put my bitch in place. She can't be getting out of line. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem. Well, laying the pinhead because my shit is way strong. It's that type of mentality that needs to be washed from people's brains. Male, female, anyone who has it. That's a fairy tale I'm living in, but I just don't feel it's right. Especially when the person on the other end is the one that has to deal with it and to get over it. And don't let there be kids involved, or excuse me, involved and around, because that just intensifies that entire situation. You now have the young ones watching and molding into what they see and what they feel is okay. Well, my mommy is just sheltering and then she goes and she cries and talks to someone on the phone and then she's fine. Or big mommy, lashes on mom and, it's just, it looks like it's okay to beat a woman. Oh, Billy Bob got sent home from school because he hit a female. The same way he saw the stud hit his mommy. It happens. You don't hear about it. unless you talk amongst other people who have gone through the situation. Drop your 2 cents. Tell me how you feel about it. I'm sure someone has known someone, or I've encountered it, or encounter it, or know someone that is the one who's delivering. Like, how is this process okay? How do you feel as the person standing on the outside and watching it? Feel for both parties. Like, it's difficult. I feel for on both ends. But like I said, my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and mine just giving my 2 cents. You have a comment, you know how to get at me. Everyone stay blessed.